So what's happening, guys? Hope your day is going well. If you're new to the channel, my name is David. This is my mission to muscle. And on this channel, we review supplements. So I go over the ingredient profile and I go over the effects. I go over the ingredients just so you guys know exactly what you're ingesting in your body. And the effects, just so you know what the product's going to do to you or for you. Whatever. You know, it just depends on what you're looking for on your journey. And the mission to muscle, my mission to muscle, has to do with health, energy, staying healthy. So my channel this year, I made a commitment. 2023, can you believe it's 2023? I made a commitment to actually review stuff that I have personally been taking and trying. So if I take a supplement and I start trying it for energy purposes or for leanness or fat loss purposes or anti-aging purposes, I'm going to review it for you guys. I made a commitment that whether I think it's going to be a popular supplement to review or not, I'm going to review it and tell you guys why I'm taking it, what it's done for me. Because I'm sure there's a few of you guys out there are curious about NMN and some of these fat burners that you're not seeing from other reviewers, because we're getting sent a lot of this stuff, and some of these companies don't send stuff. And I actually go through and look at profiles. I'm like, I need this, I need energy, I need fat loss, I need stamina. So I'll browse through tons of different supplements looking for certain ingredients, and I find one that's comparable to what I feel I may need. I'll run it and see if it actually delivers. And anyways, I'm going to give you guys that information there. So we're going to jump right into this, but before we do, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel, because of course, like I just said, I'm going to be committed to the channel this year to do more. So today, though, we're going to be talking about Psycho Parma's Infinite Brain. So first we're going to go over the flavor, then we're going to go over the scoop. The flavor is a Play-Doh lemon punch, and you're going to be fine with it. It's actually good. There's a little aftertaste. You're going to find, for those that are real flavor freaks, on a lot of these ingredients, you're always going to have some kind of chemical aftertaste or a taste in the background. This is very light, so the flavors actually do mask it very well. And this is actually a flavor that I can sip on. So I can do 6 to 8 ounces, and I can literally sip on this without going, gross. But I'm not big on flavors. I look at a product and I buy a product to do some effects, to get me moving in the gym or get my brain functioning like this one. And I'm more concerned about just getting it down and in me so I can have the effects. So, but in my opinion, not bad. This is a 30 serving. I've been getting a lot of hitters at 30 serving. Pretty nice. One scoop. 8.3 grams. Just so you know, the scooper this is super fine powder. So our trash is coming today. Good, because our trash is overflowing. Let it go by there. Where was I at? This is a super fine powder, and the scale was just kind of all over the place. So I flat level scooped this, and it's anywhere between 8 and 9 grams depending on what you're going to get on a flat level scoop. It's so fine. So I took this, I scaled it at 8.3 grams the first time I took it, and the other times that I took it, I just kind of just flat level scooped it, knowing that I was either going to get 9 grams, 8.5, something like that, just to give you guys the effects, and just so you know, I had no difference on the effects all in all. So flat level scoop it, you don't need a scale, you're going to be fine. Effects that I'm going to deliver that I experience on this are going to be the same all around. So jumping right into the ingredient profile, put it right in front of me. We got B6 and B12. We got 20 milligrams of B6 and 100 milligrams of B12. This can help with carbohydrate metabolism and fat metabolism and energy production. So it's going to help along with these ingredients to actually deliver the effects. Then right on the top here, we have taurine at 2 grams. Who sees taurine? And then we got glutamine. Who sees glutamine? These two ingredients in a brain supplement, an infinite brain supplement by Psycho Parma. Well, I want to tell you, they actually did a good job on this, because there's a lot of aspects about taurine and L-glutamine that people just don't know about. Now, taurine, just so you know, look at that label first. Is that bitchin' or what? I love that label. I love the name Infinite Brain. So one thing I forgot to go over, what I love the colors on this. I love what Psycho Parma did on the colors. Very fantastic job here to actually catch your eye. Right on the bottle here, I forgot to go over, it says brain health, memory and focus, and supports cognitive function. So I just want to get that out of the way and what they're claiming on this thing here. So jumping right back into this, we went over the B vitamins. We're going to go over taurine now. Taurine, 2 grams. Taurine in a memory focus formula. So we all know what it does for pre-workouts. Cell hydration, blood flow, We always talk about that. But what we don't talk about is what it does for the brain. So taurine is a neuromodulator in the brain, and it helps with the production of GABA and glycine in the brain. GABA is a calming hormone. It also helps with reducing calcium, free calcium floating around in the blood that may affect the brain function and cause stress. So it can cause what they call cellular stress. And taurine, just so you know, has been used for Alzheimer patients for quite a long time because of that action, the cellular stress action, the modulation of GABA and glycine. Which glycine is an amino acid. They're both amino acids that is abundant in the body. It's used for all kinds of different purposes in the body. Collagen production, energy production, fantastic ingredient. So taurine you can kind of consider a quality control agent for brain cell health, along with the other functions it does for pre-workouts as far as cell hydration and everything. So fantastic ingredient. I've always said that. Believe it. Then we got L-glutamine at 1 gram. Now, glutamine is a precursor to the neurotransmitter GABA, which is our calming, and also glutamate, which is our excitability hormone or neurotransmitter in the brain. So it's actually going to up those levels there to help with mood, concentration, and focus. The other thing that glutamine does, aside from not helping you build more muscle, so don't be pounding glutamine for muscle building purposes. It may help a little bit with recovery, and that's because it helps on a cellular level. So it's not a bad ingredient. Just understand the ingredient. That's what I want you guys to understand these things. But what this does is this helps with the immunity, the cell immunity in the intestinal tract. So if you get bogged down in the intestines, if you get bogged down in your elimination processes, it can cause a sluggishness in your energy, and it can cause a cloudiness and sluggishness in the brain. So glutamine is a fantastic ingredient. I mean, I haven't seen it in a brain health supplement, so it's kind of cool to see the formation, that things that they're coming up with here as far as the concoctions. Then we got L-tyrosine at 1 gram. L-tyrosine is a I love L-tyrosine because it is the catecholamine triad. So it helps with the elevation of dopamine, noradrenaline, and adrenaline during stress. So what happens is lack of sleep, if we're stressing in the gym, if we're just stressing in life, kids are coming at us and life's coming at us, and I can't pay the bills, and we're stressing, catecholamines actually get reduced in the body. They're just kind of like squashed. So tyrosine is a fantastic ingredient to have in any product as far as pre-workouts, pump formulas, whatever, to actually make sure that you are catecholamine induced. So you can keep building that triad there of ingredients and keep them elevated. And then so they can build on top of that with these other ingredients. So you can get the optimal brain function, lack of stress, memory, and focus during those stressful situations. Then we got alpha GPC at 600 milligrams. This is a choline source that is produced that produces acetyl-L-choline in the body, which helps with cognitive function, focus, and memory. 600 milligrams is the dose that you want to look for in these products, but it all depends on formulations and what people are going after. But if you are looking for effects, that's going to help with growth hormone effects and concentration, memory, and focus to the utmost. You can go higher, but 600 milligrams is fine in most products. Then we got Mucuna perennis powder extract, 98% L-dopa. So this is a precursor to dopamine. So dopamine, increases in dopamine in the brain is going to help with cognitive function, focus, memory. This is the feel-good, the pleasured hormone in the brain. So it's going to give some feeling. It's going to give some feeling of satisfaction whenever you're doing something. So I love L-dopa. It's just finding the proper source on this. I'll just let you guys know how this hits when it comes down to it. This also helps increase growth hormonal levels in the body and in the brain. And this affects neurons by doing that. And the rejuvenation and the rebuilding of neurons that might be damaged. Then we have lion's mane mushroom extract at 250 milligrams. Kind of on the low end, but it's still on the efficacious dosage end at 250 milligrams. This is going to help with nerve growth factor, which is a protein in the brain that helps rebuild neurons, rejuvenate neurons, helps with neuron firing for concentration, focus, and memory. Fantastic ingredients. So when it comes down to them talking about brain health, they're doing a really good job so far. Then we got caffeine anhydrous at 200 milligrams. Not a bad dosage. It's going to be an adenosine blocker in this product, which is going to help wake you up and get you moving. And then we got dicaffeine malate at 100 milligrams is going to be like 70-75%. So it has about 275 milligrams of caffeine total. So on the dicaffeine malate, you're going to get 30-40% of that. That's going to drop in with the 200s. You're going to feel that right away with the caffeine anhydrous. And then you're going to feel the rest as it's going to dial you down for 4 to 6 hours as it gets out of your body. Then we got L-theanine, which is another dial down type of ingredient. It's supposed to calm you. This is a calming ingredient. A lot of people like it. Some people hate it. I don't like it myself. But in this product, I'll tell you right now, it served a purpose. And it was really good. This is not a pre-workout. So I'll tell you right now, just in case I forget, you do not feel the L-theanine at all in this, as far as the wonkiness that some of you might get. And you get that wonkiness, some of you might get it because it increases alpha brain waves. And alpha brain waves are the calming brain waves. And then you got the beta brain waves, which are the excitability brain waves. So if you don't have a product, or if you're in the gym and you're increasing those alpha brain waves way too much, or if you're sensitive to it and they increase way too much, it could give you that kind of dialed down feeling in the gym. So that's why I don't like it, because I'm kind of sensitive to it. And a lot of people, I've been asking around about different ingredients over the past year, about different people, how they're affected, those that are in tune with things. And there are people that don't like lion's mane for that aspect as well. So I don't get that hit on lion's mane, but I do get that hit, the dial down in pre-workouts on L-theanine. But like I said, on this one here, for those that are sensitive, I didn't feel the L-theanine hit. It's 100 milligrams, which is nice. That's the max dose that I want to see in anything, a pre-workout. When I see people dosing at 150, just personally, I just go, God, I don't even want to take this thing. It just irritates me. It's not an ingredient that should be in a pre-workout. Then we got theobromine at 50 milligrams. This is going to help with blood flow, cerebral blood flow in the brain. So there's not a lot of studies done on theobromine, but cocoa, there's a lot of studies done on, and it helps with cerebral blood flow, cocoa, for 2+ hours within certain regions in the brain, and it helps with the processing and the the secretion of phenethylamine, PEA, in the brain, and serotonin release. So, of course, like I said, that's cocoa, which theobromine is a part of cocoa. Also has all these, it's a metabolite of caffeine, so theobromine is going to also give you some underlying extra energy, but not too bad. It doesn't have a big stim hit to it, but it does give you an energy effect and awakeness in the brain for sure. Then we got heparin A at 2 milligrams. It's going to help with cognitive function and focus and memory by blocking an enzyme that degrades acetylcholine in the body, so it's going to keep that elevated in the body. So Psycho Parma Infinite Brain Formula. How did it do? So as far as I'm concerned, the formula is fabulous at brain health. Totally, we're repairing neurons with nerve growth factor. There, we got memory and focus. We got a bunch of ingredients in there for memory and focus. The lion's mane, the alpha GPC, the tyrosine, and also you got the healthy aspects of glutamine and the taurine in there. And the cognitive energy is going to pretty much be like the theobromine. Anything you're going to get from the other ingredients there, because of the blood flow and the caffeine from that adenosine blocker there, which is going to give you a lot of energy. So, how did this do? First, I want to talk, before I get into the effects on this, who this is for. So, in my opinion, these are my effects, my opinion as I go over these supplements. In my opinion, this is not a pre-workout. So, I got no physical energy from this thing. But I'll tell you what this thing is good for. I had fantastic study sessions. So, when I say study sessions, I'm always studying ingredients. I'm always looking at products and then going, oh, that's an interesting ingredient. And I'm sitting there I was stuck on a computer for 2 hours without even knowing it, just dialed in. So it's not a nootropic bubble, but what it does, it allows you to dial in to the focus. And it does give you, there's not a lot of excitability in the brain, but you're awake. So here we go. We're going to get into the effects. You're going to take the scoop. Everything starts to come in things start to happen in about 15-20 minutes. So you start noticing like the cognitive aspects of it. And I'd say about 30 to 45 minutes, just like most products, it comes in. So 45 minutes, it's going to peak. You get a little more of a peakness, I think, about an hour in. So very, 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 very good. But you can actually start on this. So like, let's say you want to take this for work, or you want to take this for studying, and I would time 30 minutes. So I'd say I'm going to study in 30 minutes. I want this thing to hit in 30 minutes. Take it 30 minutes before whatever you're going to do, and it's going to kick in 30 minutes. And as you're dialing in, you're just going to flow into whatever studying, whatever kind of concentration you want to get, whatever memory, whatever awakeness you want to get. It's just going to start in that 30 minutes. So just to give you that idea there. And the way this thing comes in, concentration and focus and memory are really, really decent on this thing. So I think it's a balance. But concentration is probably the biggest, and focus. So focus and concentration are the biggest dial-in on this particular product here. It really dials you in. It awakens the brain in the background and allows you to bring in and process that information. So the balance is pretty good. Just like a lot of nootropics. There's a lot of nootropic formulas out there that work really well. This is not going to be illicit. This is not going to be euphoric, but it does make you feel good. It really does tap into those dopamine levels as far as that reward sense, because you're actually studying. And I noticed I was studying, and sometimes I'll be looking at ingredients or something, and I'll start kind of like saying to myself, why am I doing this? I could be sitting in front of the TV, but it was almost like a reward aspect. I was thinking positive, like there was a positive motivation behind it mentally. Like I was like, oh, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool, diving in deeper into what I was working on. So fantastic focus and concentration, and that enhances the memory. So great study type ingredient, great dial in type ingredient. You could use this for a pre-workout, but like I said, it gives no physical aspect as far as energy. It really dials you down to sit and learn. Sit and learn. That's what this is, a sit and learn ingredient. So it doesn't give you any kind of motivation to actually jump up, run a mile, or anything like that. It's a great, just by itself, nootropic brain health ingredient. So I give this a thumbs up, big time, if someone's looking for something like that. This is not something I'm going to be using all the time. I probably will not use this again for a while. I ran the tests on it. I wanted to run the test on it for you guys, but I'm not a big nootropic dude. There are certain ingredients that I like to take that on a daily that I'll get into as I do more reviews and stuff, as far as to keep brain function up. But as far as for this review, I do give this a thumbs up if it's something you're looking for. I did get this from my man, Thomas from SubKings. So I'll put a link down below if it's something you want. Put a 15% off discount code. I believe he has plenty in stock. Like I said, this was a Play-Doh lemon punch flavor. I do recommend it. It's the only flavor I tried, but it's actually very, very good. Once again, this is Dave. This is my Mission to Muscle. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of it. Psycho Parma, Infinite Brain. I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. You guys have a fantastic day or night yourselves. We'll see you next time on the channel.